What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. It's the Rest of Your Perception podcast and a very special guest today. She's even my co-host from time to time. It's Coach Casey. Casey Rotundi.
Ooh, your wife.
So she's my wife. So we're she's recovering and
that sounds weird.
Well, from the previous podcast that I talked about, I talk about what she has, which is 3 different strains of Lyme disease. So that's what she's recovering from.
Well, it's been 3 years of chronic sickness, but that's like another episode.
That's another episode.
He wants me to come on here. Well, I want to too now because I feel like I'm finally...
Two. Go ahead. Go ahead.
See, this is why though, because this is us all day. That I think it's funny that we've been through such a unique situation that... Anyways.
So yeah, she's 3 years of a chronic condition, but that's not why we're doing the podcast.
No, well, you want me on your podcast all the time.
I've been wanting her since day one, but she wasn't.
I didn't want to go on camera, to be honest. I've been very sick for 3 years, and not like cold sick. Like I got stuff. That's another episode.
But it's finally got her on now on video. We decided it last night. Because you said you were just I was gonna listen, we'll just do it, but you be off camera and I'll just talk to you. That's it. But she decided last minute that she wanted to be on the camera as well.
But I gotta explain that to people a little bit, because the thing is, my sickness, people don't understand the sickness when you're eternally optimistic. It's hard for people to understand. I don't know where I was going.
Who's optimistic? You?
Yeah, I'm optimistic.
You? Sometimes.
Wait, no! Am I not this in real life, though?
No. Yes, sometimes.
What the fuck?
No, you are sometimes.
What are you?
No,
see, this is why I'm not going to do the show anymore.
There's bad times. This
is why I don't want to come on here with you. I'm like, you're just
no, you are.
Embarrass me.
No.
And you're going to throw me under a bus. Like, I've been sick. I don't want to, get put on just to, entertain other people.
Course.
I'm not here for people's entertainment. I'm here to do something with you.
No,
No, not for entertainment. Actually, I finally feel like I'm well enough to want to deliver some information to help people in your health journey, because that's what I've always been, is a health expert. And I say expert because I actually went to college and have a education for it.
No, and you trained a lot of people. You've been doing it for, many years, over 15 years. So Casey got off social media. And this is the main topic of why we did this podcast, was because she got off social media. It's been how long? How many years? 2 years? 3 years?
A year and a half.
So, she did it.
I don't know. Oh my gosh, wait.
It's 2023.
No. Okay, so... All right, so basically I got sick, and then as I couldn't figure out my sickness, I realized that the important thing to do was to turn off the noise and negativity. And I tell him every day, since I'm like, I don't miss social media. Oh my God, it's so much better being off social media. The further you're away from it, the better it is. So he wants me to talk about that.
And that's what today's episode is. It's basically talking about the benefits of regulating social media. In her case, she just thinks people should just get rid of it altogether. I feel like there is benefits, but it has to be, you have to be self-regulating. You have to have discipline. Because I feel with social media, it's like a recreational drug in a sense. And you can't be doing drugs all day, every day. You got your phone like this all day, every day. And that's what a lot of us do.
Well, and that's 100%. That's the problem, is people aren't taught. And so from a young age, we already see kids walking to the bus stop and their heads are down while they're walking. And the problem is, this is where it becomes a health issue. It's not just mental health, although that's a huge one. And you won't even understand it until the further you get out of it. We've only had social media around for a very short time. It came around when I was in college. Mark Zuckerberg, I went to his college. Not really.
You went to his college?
No,
I didn't know that.
No, I went to
You went to Harvard?
Yeah, no. No, but we were in the same year.
The same year. Me and Mark Zuckerberg went to college together. I helped him come up with Facebook.
I wanted people to question themselves if that's a possibility. But no, I went to a good old Boca FAU, Owls, and it was a way for people to stay connected. But now it's like kind of like a slow poison seeping in to where people don't even know it's more being like kind of controlled and influenced. Like, I mean, you follow people, like there's certain things with the energy about it that when you're very sick, and like I couldn't even be on my phone because my body was in so much pain, and I gave it up for a lot of reasons. But I think as a society we're headed back to like having what is it, like quadrupeds, you know? Like,
you lost me on that. What's
like,
a quadruped?
I'm like cavemen couldn't walk until the first one stood up. It's like, well, guess what? We're going right back that way, guys, because remember in school, like, oh, let's check you for scoliosis, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now instead of your spine being worried about that, why aren't we checking for up here? Because we're going to see hunchbacks. I'm telling you, it's coming. Because we're giving them to kids at younger ages. Anyways, not even just social media. That's a whole, like, devices thing. But, like, in the history of the world, this stuff is not that old. And so it hit a generation, I felt, during the pandemic when we all kind of leaned on it more. It just got gross, right? So that's why I quit, because I'm dealing with health issues. And seeing that negativity is so bad for you. And we don't even question being exposed to it. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, go ahead. Was I going to interrupt you?
No, I want to, like, I talk too much. I ramble, so.
No, well, yeah, it does. Seeing all the negativity and even seeing positivity in an overwhelming amount is going to mess with you, I think. I'm not a expert in anything, really.
Saving my freaking life.
And saving her life, yeah. A psychological expert, absolutely not. But you could see how that messes with you. And I identify it in myself. Like I've said this before, like if I'm sitting there and I go on my phone when I'm in front of my kids, I'm like, that's not normal. You shouldn't do that.
Oh, please. Who, I'm sorry. I'm going to call him out too now, though.
But
I'm always telling him to get off his phone, but it's because people aren't aware.
I don't do that. But
I'm
you're right.
hyper aware because I don't need my phone. Having my phone with I had a spinal disease. There was an autoimmune disease. Basically everything. My whole body's been under attack for 3 years. Turns out it's actually because of Lyme. That's a whole other thing we'll talk about. But in the meantime, I could not even hold the phone, and everything like cinched in. So I forgot the phone. I got rid of the leash, and getting off social media is so important because number one, you're available to way too many people. Like, and when do we ever need this much influence in our life?
Yeah,
like,
it's way too much.
People don't know how to be alone with themselves, and this isn't, and like, so this pathetic posture that we are adapting to because people aren't even thinking to sit their kids up straight.
See, I adapted to it. I go like this.
You used to make fun of me.
That's how I do it.
Yeah, like and we told people there's like a text neck app that somebody I used to work for, Dr. Fishman, came up with actually, where instead of fixing the text neck, you can. But the thing is with kids now, they get it sooner, like tablets or whatever. And if you as a parent are on social media so much, your kid's gonna covet it. They're gonna want to be in it. So being released of that chain of like feeling like, oh, do I have any notifications? Like that's you know, it's freeing, it's liberating, but it also makes you aware of what's in front of you. You have to deal with your own life and not distract yourself with what everybody else is doing. And instead of learning about your body and what's in and around you and how to make the best of it and getting skills in life, people are being just watching and following and being inauthentic and, you know, where am I in this world? Not, oh,
this guy said,
yeah, like you're pushed too much.
Yeah, it's too many. Listen, and I'm all for it.
Back. I gotta put the AC down.
She's getting fired up. The thing is, like, I'm all for it, the influencers and the positive things. But the thing is, you're getting it from all different directions, and then when is it to a point where you're not yourself anymore? When you're just trying to be these motivational people that exercise on the internet or social media, and they're saying these things and these quotes, and then when does it come to a point where you're just not yourself anymore? Because if you're doing that for years, you're going to say things, nothing's going to be original. It's going to be everything that everybody else says, everything that you hear from someone else. Some fucking guy is going to keep telling you to take cold showers and wake up this, and this is how you're going to start this company and do this and that. So my thing is, yeah, it's all great, and if you use it as a tool and get positivity from it, but I think it has to come with long breaks and be disciplined about it. And it can't be done. It should be done stopped at a certain time. And I mean, I catch myself when I'm sitting there and I'm scrolling like, oh man, I just lost myself in there. And
how much time did you lose, by
Yeah,
the way?
I mean-
Because everybody lets it eat up and suck up energy, and then you
Yeah.
find yourself thinking later about who ate, and then you're even talking about it. Like, think of all the energy put into
looking at
post,
what some other
like,
people do.
share, click, hashtag, blah, 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 blah. I get it for business. I started for business, and actually, that's what people don't know
What?
is that it was started really so you could network with people like your
me fix my
college
chair.
friends. Like, I was told to get Facebook for my graduating class it was supposed to only be for college at first, and then it was like, okay, but now it's become something that is like, it's a problem because parents are signing up their kids without a second thought that this is going to follow them the rest of their life, and they don't know, like, it's so hard when you see people posting things that you're kind of like, oh, that's not like something you should share.
Like
But it's
cringe
there
worthy?
forever, and people don't think about it. No, like how about like girls being slutty? I'm sorry, but like you're like, oh, I know you in real life, and then online you're gonna go ahead and show yourself a lingerie or something, and like in real life you're kind of more of a dud. Like, I'm just saying, like, it doesn't people don't think about what they're doing. They just see other people do it and think it's okay. It's not okay. This is not normal behavior. Everybody has a voice on social media, and that can be a scary thing, because as it's getting younger, it's getting like, I'm offended. Guess what? That's going to happen with clash cultures that are intertwining on the interwebs. People share, like, if I did something that was validating to myself, I don't really need you to validate it for me, especially since I just met you 2 years ago at some random thing,
Yeah.
But we get like likes, people, and it becomes like almost like a frenzy, and then you don't think about it. So what I started for business, and then I lost the business and essentially didn't have anything to promote. And I was like, what am I going to pander my sickness now? And I didn't want to do that. And I think the normal thing now is that's what people do. They need to see it to believe it. They want to see me suffer. Like, go look up somebody else who wants to share that. Or maybe I'll share it sometime. But
What now? See
you suffer. Like, they have to see it to believe it. Like, you didn't really work out unless you post it. It's like, that's not true. And actually, you work in silence or you hustle in silence and let your work show. And people talk more, and I think they get gratification from saying like a preemptive, like, oh, I already got a pat on the back for it, so it doesn't matter now if I actually really do that thing, Like, they just put out a thought that, oh, I think I'm gonna do this, and then they get congratulated for it, and then they never do it, Or that's an example. I'm just saying, I think it's just such a distraction in general that we've never had to deal with in history. Other people's opinions, but we got to realize.
But other thousands of people's opinions, like hundreds of people,
like
at
seeing
once.
all these images and being influenced. It's like, yeah, but who are you in your core without subliminal messaging constantly? And like, you don't have to keep up with everything everyone does. I mean, I was never into looking at what other people did as much as just trying to like get the business out there and whatever, but it can be like, especially when you're a creative person in your own right, and then everybody just wants to do what everybody else is doing now, like, oh, it's sister day, everybody post a picture with your sister. It's like, but why? Like, it's cool, you want to celebrate that, but you're just being told something that's not really like and then you have the people that, oh, my sister died, so now I should feel sad because it's sister day. I don't know, it's just things that we could deal with in our own mental health are always perpetuated in front of you online that you don't realize as a filter.
Yeah.
You don't, like, if you're not healthy here, you can't filter that. Like, you have a good mindset and you're the one, like, it's a tool, but other people just, this is what.
No, yeah. I get lost in it. Like I said, But the thing is, shit, where was I going? Yeah, okay, I get lost in it, but you have to. Well, what I do personally is like I don't even designate time to like, but I'll be like, I'll make it a point every day to be in my own thoughts, and as a parent, I do that for my kids too. Like,
it's
I know you're not.
Unadulterated, meaning like I'm not going to
This is
expose
why I'm
myself to things that I can't actually filter out of my head when I'm trying to keep a positive mindset.
Well, you're trying to be healthy. You're in a different situation where you had, listen, I'm going to say it, you had legit mental illness. We're from this, that you're getting better from.
Listen, mental illness is like, mental illness. I actually had a parasite that invaded my brain. And it causes, it can invade anywhere.
It's still not gone yet.
And I'm in treatment to tell. But look, I can sit down and.
Yeah, she wasn't able to sit for a year, more than a year ago.
I was pretty much almost handicapped. Like, it was bad. That's another story. But anyways, I know that there's something's got to change in our generation to where we can't just mindlessly, like, be lazy into not thinking for ourselves and the repercussions of just giving your kids this stuff. Because I'll tell you, you will see kids that, and I'm not saying you can keep your kids off it, but I'm saying if you don't have it yourself as like this, hold on kids, I gotta be available to this random person that they're like, I gotta get into a debate with somebody online real quick. Like, it's really bizarre when you take it away. Like, I don't know what's going on with everybody else, and I think that's what the earth is about. You don't need to know what everybody else is doing, and especially if you have your own goals. Like, I never understood that. Why would you look over here, over here, over here? Let's look at everyone and everything. Okay, now let me get back to myself. And you know what I'm saying?
But sometimes people, they get motivation from other people that. You know, which is...
Or, on the flip side, it can make them feel insecure because...
It can go either way. But like I'm saying, like, you have to have...
Well, I'm debating you right now.
Absolutely. We're going back and forth, and that's what we're doing. That's the whole point of it, to show both sides. There's pros and cons.
Yeah, I'm saying everybody...
You're 100% con. But
okay, because I know that
I'm con.
I'm not, I see it only for bad. Like,
I
don't see... Yeah, sure, entertainment, I get that. But I also think that's a slippery slope that you could just go Google anyone or like, I mean, what do you...
Google a search.
Yeah, in your Instagram app, I don't right? And then you can like find out what anyone's doing at any time, who they're with. You could catch them in any lie. And then one of the things is that, like, remember, like, I don't put a lot of my personal stuff out there back in the day, like going out and stuff. But then people put it for you, and you're like, I don't want that stuff out there, and you're not even asked sometimes if these pictures and videos can be put, and that's like, we just forget about all this stuff. It's going sideways, I just think. And I think we all kind of got to wake up and realize maybe I'm not, like, even me, like, maybe I'm not done with it for the rest of my life, but I'll tell you what, it is phenomenal to not feel like, I hate to say the word cheap, but in a sense, like, when you're looking down, there's a world around you. It's so beautiful, and we take it all for granted. And then, like, that idiot that's telling you to be a better man and grow up doesn't even know how to treat his wife or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, people... Not
all of them. Some of them are good guys.
No, I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm not even verbatim.
Like,
what you said
I'm just
earlier.
saying.
Verbatim? Is that the word? I don't even know. I get so... distracted by it all because I feel can keep... I'm not going to sit here and make a list, but I'm going to keep finding points.
You were saying, like, people, they're looking through the world through a phone.
Right.
Like,
instead of I'm going to look at what everybody else is up to and get the experience of it, that's out there. But
the way I look at it is like you go to a concert and people are filming the concert on their phone. Stupid. I think that's the most stupidest not to really emphasize the F word, so I'm saying effing.
Good.
But that's the stupidest effing thing you could ever do if you're filming a concert on your phone and you're not experiencing it with your eyes.
That's what, unfortunately,
and listen,
does.
My friends do it. I have friends that do it. But guys, you are not going to go back and watch that stupid film. It's not going to do it justice that if you get that feeling with your eyes.
And it never looks good to anybody else.
And it never looks good. It never looks good. to like watching a
But
concert.
they want to. You want to think I'm cool. Look what I'm doing. But it's like actually you're not enjoying it because you're stuck on your phone.
I don't know if that's cool.
You know
I
what
don't
I'm
think
saying?
I don't listen. I don't think that the
Like, enjoy
person.
the experience, though. You don't
Hold
need to
on
tell
one second.
everybody else.
Hold on. I don't think it's the person thinking that they're cool, that they're filming it. I think they're doing it to catch the memory, to catch. Oh, look at this! What I
But a lot
saw.
of people just do it just to show
same-
everybody else what they're doing at that moment.
Yeah. I understand if it's your daughter or if it's your son that's performing, something like that. But when you're going to a concert and you're just filming that band performing, you're taking away from the moment.
It's taken away from the band completely.
the memory of it.
I remember Beyonce said something once, like, put your phones down, because like everybody, like, she's going to touch their hands and they're all just like this, and it's like she's performing to not even people's faces anymore. You can't see people's reaction and joy.
Touch Beyonce's hands, you idiot.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you people?
But I remember back in the day, it seemed cooler by the post than what was actually going on. It was a boring night, trying to have fun. It's just and then there's a million pictures, and it's just like
It's not fun. It was
like,
never fun.
I guess if other people think it was fun, it kind of looks like I had fun. So like, yay me, I got validated, and that's where that's the sickness, is what I'm saying. Is like the validation and the reliability on the validation, like, and then. But then also you want to cry that somebody hurt your feelings online. Like, we should all be aware of what everyone has ever been through, you know?
Yeah.
Because you look at me and be like, what's this dumb blonde? No, but you don't know people, but that's what we're doing. We're putting ourselves out to be judged by this film, and so you can judge them based on their highlight reel, right? But it's really like a manicured reel. It's not a lot
It's
of it's
not real.
Just like
It's all fake. I mean, in a sense.
Everyone's trying to get that popular thing, like a high school mentality of like, let me start doing this now and filming it and see if that can be my niche. Like, you don't have to find a niche. You can find what you want to do as a career instead of spending all your time trying to be popular, you know? Because that's essentially what it is. It's a popularity contest for a lot of people.
Well, people, I mean, but then there's another avenue of people want to get popular and get a lot of followers to make money. Like with this show, with Western Perception, I would love to get a bunch of followers and make and
100%.
and monetize it, which is a very far time from here.
Listen,
but
yeah, I get that. Of course, it would be easy. And that's the thing, though, but that's also perpetuating for a child. Like, you're like, okay, like, everything's always got to be for the camera. Like, families that put everything on the camera all the time. Like, for instance, we knew
some of those families are cool.
Yeah, no, they're cool. I'm just saying, we knew some influencers, and it's like, it literally sees, like, I mean, they have fans, so guess what their life becomes? It becomes their fans. So everything's more about...
Well, yeah, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I'm saying, because... That as we know, having your phones and it's a performance, like, for a lot of people, and that can get in the way of your relationship with those people.
So basically, it's pretty much fake. I mean, social media in the end.
Look how cool my life is, but why do you need to validate it?
Pretty much in the end, it's fake, and yeah, use it for entertainment purposes, but don't believe all of it. Please. I mean, like, and some people can't see past that because people are like, man, their life is so great, or this person does this and this, their life looks awesome, but it's like, you don't know what's going on. You don't know, but you don't know what's going on 100%. All the time.
All times. Like, I used to read tabloids when I was younger, and it was fun, like
celebrity
gossip, but now it's like everyday news. And then the problem is this younger, like, everyone is given a voice, so then these celebrities can actually, like, read their comments and mingle among the common people, right? So, but it's like, what are you dragging yourself down to our level because you're gonna, like, clap back at some idiot on the internet that is getting the exact response they want? Because some people are there just because their life is fucked up and they want to fuck with yours, you know?
Well, the problem,
or they're drunk and hating, like, I don't know, they're not happy within, and instead of looking for that, they're like evil eyeing other people on social media.
You gotta discipline not to read that stuff.
No, but I'm saying other people like,
don't. Celebrities don't.
People have the evil eye. If you want to show off what you got and everything you got, that's gonna come with a lot of people being a little jealous, unfortunately. And
Yeah.
a lot of grown people can't admit that, but that's that feeling you get when you're like, oh, did you see that? You see it? It's like, but I used to see somebody who used to watch my stories, and I'm thinking, but I heard this person had a problem with me. They treated me like they had a problem with me. So why are they always watching my stuff? Like, I don't get that. Like, all right, I'll do this for you then too. And it's just like, it's almost like, secret codes sometimes. Like, I don't know. Like, it's weird.
Well,
it's
listen,
like, you can post anything thinking for one person to see it.
people want to see people do. Some people, I will say, some people want to see people do bad. Some people want to see that. They don't want to see them do well. I'm sure you've had that a lot when we were, with the gym and everything.
I see,
everything that you were
and some
doing.
people are the people that that is one of the exact reasons why I'm not on social media, because I'm not going to pander my sickness and then everybody be like, who actually isn't a friend. And I mean that in the sense that when the shit hits the fan and you can't think because your body's screaming, and like, I never would have thought that situation were to happen to me. Did you? Like,
What?
that I'm 3 years chronically sick when I've been a health expert. It's like something invaded my body though, and it's a different circumstance. But I'm, at the end of the day, when the chips fall, if you're not out there pandering the sickness, then nobody knows about it. Then you're not going to get the support that you want at the same time, which is something I learned the hard way, that a lot of people that I thought I had better relationships with, it just became a comment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you had, okay, so I got sick with cancer first. That's the first part is a 3-year journey, right? And it was like a comment sufficed. And that's like, it's messed up, but it was the pandemic. People couldn't even see past themselves. So my situation is a little bit more twisted because we were like pulled away from each other. I'm just saying, it's a very false veil that we think we're friends with people that will not be there for you and do not care when you're gone and what's really going on with you.
So in the end, not in the end, but the moral of the story is social media. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
Take it in, be disciplined with it, but use it as a tool, because if you can make money off of it, awesome. But don't use it as like your gateway to life, because
or like
it's
they're
not.
just trying. Like, everyone's trying to find that thing. And like, I'm gonna be honest, like, even like, you're like, oh no, I gotta put, like, I like making videos where I would put like things to music, and that's cool because I like doing that. But then you feel like, no, maybe if I do it like this, then that's because you think about how that will get more likes, even if that's not your original thought process. You know what I'm saying? Original. Like, it takes away some originality and authenticity in a person, because everyone doesn't even know how imprinted they are. You have no idea how imprinted and controlled you are, I'm telling you, until you break that leash. And you don't have to do it forever. I mean, people are addicted to their phones, and you could start with an app that tracks. I used to have an app on my phone that tracked how much screen time, and I went from like,
well, our phones do it.
Okay, it would be like 5 hours in a week when I had the gym, or maybe even more. And now
5 hours a day.
5 hours a day. I'm sorry, Jesus. When I had the gym, because you do all the business on your phone. But then, like, now my screen time's like nothing, well, as long as I don't have a job.
Well,
but too, it's just like,
it's
like, you think about the amount of effort put into that post. I know it used to drive you crazy, like, and only because it was for business. I was like, I have to post. All
she would do is post.
It's annoying. It's a continuum. It's a rat race. You're trying to get everyone's attention. Everyone's trying to get your attention, and then guess what? The fucking algorithm is gonna fuck with you anyways. Like, it's you're a slave to a machine, because, oh, you like this? Well, you like this too. And then the next thing you know, they're putting some weird stuff in front of your face, and I'm just like, I don't want to see 14-year-olds in shorts and like bras dancing. Like, it grosses me out as a mother.
I've never seen that, so I don't know what you're looking at.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, you go to that search bar and they'll be like, and it'd show you like
That's because that's what you're
no,
looking
I'm
up.
saying no. You go to the
Kidding.
search bar, and they would, and all of a sudden, I'm saying there was a direct change during the pandemic where people started leaning on their phones, and so yeah, let's share more, right? But the problem is, there's like I have a real problem with the young adults that are able to put certain things out there.
That's the parents' fault.
Yeah, but the repercussions later in life, like I can't imagine having my life tracked on social media.
That's the parents' fault because
your whole entire life.
But like I said, that's the parents' fault, and the parents that don't see it as an issue, that don't regulate it, that don't control it, because you have to, because they're little kids. Even if they're 18, they're still little kids. Their brains aren't even developed yet.
No, kids have social media now, like 9-10 years old.
I know they have to be regulated.
I mean,
and people want to talk about, oh, this is the lazy generation. They're pussies. This and that. No, the parents are. The parents are pussies.
Oh well, it's
100%. It's our generation that's failing.
That are the parents.
That are the parents that are failing the kids.
We're not failing our kids.
That aren't really. We're trying not to. That aren't regulating what their kids are doing with their phones or social media because they weren't regulated, because we didn't get regulated when we first got phones. Our parents didn't know what the fuck it was. I remember when my dad got on Facebook. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I was in my 20s, so it was never there. It hasn't been around long enough for people to face the repercussions that are starting.
Right, we have some issues that are coming.
I mean, people are committing suicide. They're getting cyberbullied, all that shit.
Yeah.
But it's not the kid's fault. It's the parents that are failing them and regulating it.
Well, it's
and watching who they're hanging out with.
Honestly, the more you're on your phone, doesn't it come from like a loneliness, like like a solitude? I don't know, like
not really, because if I'm at the station, I'll be on my phone.
Well, I don't mean it like that.
We're all joking around or whatever. We'll be on our phones and. We're all addicted, just like any other idiot. But a lot of times we put it down and we fuck around.
Would you listen to radio like an audio version of this, or you just look at it because it's the pictures and videos, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Instagram used to be just for like that, and then it became even like a minute, and that was good, the longer video, and then it became everybody sharing diaries, and then it's like, okay, this is Facebook now again, and I'm not unguilty of that, but I have a health perspective that I was trying to narrate and share, and it's like now everybody's trying to find that niche. And with the kids though, how confusing that must be, like to feel like you can't find it in life or here, then that's an isolating experience. And if you're not getting it enough,
what are you talking about?
Like getting attention. I guess people just will do it for attention.
It's attention.
Yeah. At the end
of
the day, everyone. So, and it breaks your heart because like you'll go to hang out with people now and everybody's on their phone. But it's like we're hanging out together. What's everybody on their phone?
I know. And that's an addictive thing. That's a drug thing. That's why it's a recreational drug.
You're
it has to be looked at as a recreational drug. Just like I heard someone say, just like sugar. Sugar's a recreational drug.
Yeah.
Absolutely 100%, So it's like you got to look at it that way. And you got to look at social media and your phone as a recreational drug. And you don't want to be doing it 24/7. And you don't want to be pulling your phone out in front of people all the time with your friends.
But I'm saying now people don't even contemplate the thought of solitude and like in the sense of let me organize my thoughts, not just hey, let me distract myself until I gotta do the next thing.
Exactly.
And so like when I make it a point when I'm in a lobby, like
make it a point not to be on it.
Yeah, because I like to sit with good posture and just look around, and I feel like kind of cool that I can be alone.
Or you know what? I'd be really cool if I'm really feeling cool. I'll fucking pick up a magazine. And I'm like,
that's gross.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
That's fucking gross.
Why is that gross?
Snot?
Who's wiping the snot?
I'm just thinking doctor's office.
No, that's what I grab a fucking magazine. And I'm like, let me see this shit. You guys could be on your phone, peasants.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be on my magazine.
Yeah, I mean, it's just for older people, I can see there's always gonna be. All right, so maybe here's the middle ground. There's seasons in your life where you have to really question if social media is something that you need to be a part of at that moment. So if you have a business, you're probably pretty locked into it, and that's understandable. But if you're just like following people and then you're like, oh, do you see what she's doing today? And then like you're just like, you should question that.
But I'll tell you one thing. Sorry to cut you off. The best advertisement for business is word of mouth. It always will.
Let other people post for
it
you then,
will
you know?
always will be the best advertising for business, because that's the way that we got people in the gym,
raining.
from what I can remember, is word of mouth. Word of mouth gets you the best business, the best customers, always.
Well, social media.
I don't know
really
how to
helped
fucking
out.
advertise.
No.
So
Social media really helped our business because you're doing something cool at our gym, and other people want to be like, oh, "Where's that? I want to go. I want to look cool, and I want to do that and post
but
it."
you already had a solid base of people, of clients, and that those came with you, and then the word of mouth came about, and that's how it got about. That's how it came about. But yes, but you already had a following, is what I'm saying.
Word of mouth came back.
Came about. But yeah, it's used as a tool. I'm sorry I cut you off on that last sentence you were saying.
No, I don't know. I have so many points that, like, I'm not in a place in my life where I can sit here and truly be the professional I was, because I'm still very much sick and on a lot of medicine and treatment for several more months. Another episode. But there's things that in this conversation remind me of, like, it just keeps reminding me of another point. And like for instance, right now, we're not going to put comments on things. I don't want comments on things. When I started getting sick, and people's comments can actually really hurt you, and not even intentionally. Like, if someone's an a-hole, okay, great. But, like, for instance, one of my last posts, because I felt like I had, as a professional, I had to excuse myself from the platform to let people know that I was going to be taking care of numero uno with me and our family, right? Because we needed to figure this out. It had nothing to do with other
This is when
people.
she got off social media and she made a post on Instagram.
And so the post was me and you, like a wedding picture.
Our wedding photo,
of
our wedding photos.
And I said how you're gonna help me figure this out, and you did. But everybody's comment was like, "Happy anniversary." I was just like, "What? It's
So
not my anniversary."
They all saw
so
the
you
post.
felt so ignored and unheard, and like it's just the sheep mentality. And then you read it.
So Casey posted it, and it was several pictures. I think it was just me and you kissing.
It was to you, because I never really posted you because I don't want nobody's evil eye on my man. It's us. You ain't getting in it.
So anyway, she posted that, and it was about her healing. I'm getting off of social media to heal, and I want to spend time with my family, blah, blah, blah. And then people were posting happy anniversary.
Yeah, like, how about, like, good luck with that? I mean, honestly, like, it was like another slap in the face where I'm like, thank God I'm going, because, and I'm going to be honest, I thought I would take a couple months and then eventually get back to sharing, because sharing
is caring.
That health, sharing that health aspect of stuff, like all the surgeries I had back in the day, and creating videos to help women overcoming breast cancer related surgeries. Like, that's something that brought value to me. And I would love to bring value to other people and to myself by sharing more, but I just do not want to go back to social media. So there's the thing where, like, I'll create these videos. I love to talk. I love to hopefully help other people, but I'm doing it from an authentic place where I want to share something to help other people, not to figure out how I can be the coolest hot thing and in your face and blah, 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 blah. Like, no, I have a mission, a passion, and you're gonna see that. But I think people need to find what it is that they're putting all their energy to. The energy you put and where and why. It needs to be questioned, especially if you have some flaw in your physical health, because a flaw in your physical health is going to flaw your mental health. 100% connected. It wasn't just because I had bacteria in my brain, but also I honestly thought that I didn't realize how unmentally
I don't know where you're going.
How mentally unwell I was until, like, now, because 7 months into treatment. But when you're that sick, you're gonna be the sheep, and you're gonna follow these things. And then the hard thing with social media is that
it makes you feel inadequate.
It puts things in your face that make it worse. Like, for instance, I had to quit sports. I don't work out. You think this whole life I built as Coach Casey OCR Ninja, I don't identify to that. That's a little box that that's not who I am anymore. That was taken away from me. And it's like I want to almost leave that where it was, because it's cool. And
listen, you are leaving it where it was, but you're going to get back to physical health. We don't know You don't know where, as far as your physical health is, but it's coming. You're able to walk. You're able to drive sometimes now. So you're getting better.
But if I'm constantly sharing to other people little 15-second, 1 minute, and then thinking of the editing and blah, 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 and like putting all that into a post that's really going to affect just how liked it is, that's not effective enough. That's where YouTube, I feel like, that's where I've had effectiveness before.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to be popular. I'm trying to reach people that need to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So if you do have something physical going on or some kind of grief or trauma or anything like that, I would definitely recommend getting off social media, trying to understand in the silence and be okay and sit in nature and listen to classical music. That sounds weird, but like instrumentals, things that aren't telling you what to do, because everything everywhere is always going to be telling you what to do as long as you're here. It's always going to be trying to tell you what to do with your life because of these bots. The bots.
I'm gonna shake my head on this.
The bots.
It's not the, well, some of it are the bots.
No,
but some of it is just people that just trying to make money.
And it's also
trying to tell you what to do.
But then I'm saying the direction of your life and how you yourself is influenced is based on comments. Where I don't want comments. I don't care how. I hope it's received well. But the reason why I choose to never have comments again in anything I participate in is because, one, I don't want to be tempted to read it. Like, why scroll through anything that could attention, like, because even as harmless as it was to say happy anniversary, it was incredibly painful that I felt like I was really at a desperate time, and that I was so unheard. So what the hell is the point of sharing it with you guys if I can't even feel seen?
But you felt that way, hurt, and whatever you felt was because you weren't mentally okay.
But the thing is, also, people judge a book by its cover, and I do not look. I don't carry my hurt like other people do.
But if you're not mentally okay, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be on social media.
100%. But I'm telling people, if they go through
90% of people are not.
But I'm saying, okay, say for instance, you get in a race and you injure your knee and you're like, oh God, oh fuck my life, FOMO, missing out, oh my life sucks. It's like, then get off your phone. Like, literally, when you have something that you're going through, you're trying to recover, I know it's easy to think that I could put it out and then I'm gonna share it all and I'm gonna get encouragement that way. But I would say that that's like 20%. The other 80% is that you're going to see a lot of things that you can't be a part of. Mm-hmm. You know, like I was pulled out of my sport, out of the gym, not being able to know people. We were in the pandemic. Like, it couldn't have gotten any worse for me. And then it did. Mm-hmm. And so there was nobody there. Those voices that we allow to be part of our lives every day that we allow them to influence how we feel, and that made me feel shitty because I felt unheard, you know?
Take a break from social media.
Yeah.
That's what people should do.
So, exactly, like, maybe I'm just taking a break for a couple years. Maybe I'll want to go back. Maybe I'll have a business. Maybe I'll hire somebody else to do it.
Well, maybe, yeah. Like well, the thing is, I mean, you want to get, unfortunately, in the world that we live in right now, and the way that I got a lot of information about her disease is through, I got my main thing, I figured it out, was through YouTube. Yeah. That's how I found the doctor. It wasn't through Instagram, but I found other organizations, Lyme organizations, and other people that are on Instagram. Mostly that's all I use is Instagram. And that's how I found a lot of similarities and updates on the disease and how they're improving testing and how it's basically across the whole world now. And I learned a lot of this from these organizations on social media. So I've been the part of this conversation of the positives of social media, and you're basically more talking about the negatives, which there is a lot. But where I'm getting at is, like you said, it has to be, you got to take a break from it. And like she was saying, if you're an injury or something like that, and you want to feel like you're going to get validated through comments, just fuck it and get rid of it for a while.
Get your real friends friends in your real life to really
support
you.
like
be
get those
with
people
you.
that you talk to, that you touch.
Yeah, people that
that
matter to have an opinion.
Matter to have an opinion
and an influence, because we're letting too many people that that we might not know, but we appreciate their like, and then that, you know how, like, I knew I was sick when I think it was like Charity Grace, is that her name?
No, it's not her name.
Charity Liberty Grace.
Liberty Grace.
I don't know.
So go ahead.
Whatever. There was that girl that was really cute, and I remember thinking like in the middle of the night, I like started like waking up from like not being able to sleep, and I'm tossing and turning and thinking about something that she posted that was like living on a boat, and I was just like, wait, why am I thinking about her? Like, I have real things to deal with in my life, and that was
that's why she's a successful influencer. She influenced your ass.
Oh, that's 100%. She influenced me to get off, because I'm like, what does knowing all this stuff of what she's up to
she
right
was
now?
Ninja Warrior, Charity Grace. She was on Ninja
like,
Warrior.
I love her, but
Okay.
like, why I'm thinking about her in the middle of the night while I'm tossing and turning? Like, she what? Like
You got influenced.
what? Like,
You just got influenced.
Yeah, like, she's beautiful. It wasn't like that. It was it's a respect thing, but I found myself having like a weird opinion, and you find yourself, you're able to, okay. So,
I went to bed thinking about Game of Thrones.
listen, no, okay. So what I'm saying is, like, you find yourself later on wasting energy having opinions on everybody else's life that it's like, and you let it bother you.
Yeah.
In a way.
And that's never happened to me.
Oh.
It happened to you, apparently.
Well, okay, so the whole thing with getting off when there's trauma in your life is also because, like, say, like, when you lose a friend or somebody, all that stuff has a way of throwing it back in your face, like, kind of like, this is what you groomed it to be, and so now it's in a box based on what you follow. But guess what? We change, so you need to be able to change that feed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not easy to do when the computers are constantly making sure that you see the same thing all the time of COVID's scary, and like, political, and then BLM came out. Like, I'm just, because what happened to me, it was 2020, and it was such a hot time.
Yeah, it was.
That it's just like, it's
boiling.
Like, it's like it's scary
Well,
that
the
people are
thing
so
is-
awful to each other in such a desperate time.
Well, the thing is, a lot of bots, like you said, took advantage of that,
Boredom.
and
People
they
get
created
drunk.
fake articles and clickbait articles and clickbait titles to get people to click it, and people believe it. I got buddies that will come to me, did you just read this? And I still get articles sent to me of bullshit titles from far right people, far left people that send me fucking clickbait, and I don't even read it, because I know it's bullshit. It's some dickhead reporter that's a fake ass reporter that's just sending you bullshit. And even the big news organizations do it. CNN does it, Fox News does it, all of them do it. They do
clickbait,
all have clickbait.
it has
bullshit.
a name for a reason. And how gullible are you that we all fall for it?
And
we
they all fall
for it.
and we all fall for it. I don't fall for it because I don't even read that.
But no,
bull
but we
crap.
all, like, if you're looking on YouTube for something and then you're like, oh my gosh, and it's like, oh, that's not even really part of
Like,
what happened in that
if
video.
I wasn't filming this on my phone, I'd get my phone and just be like, oh, look, you go to yahoo.com. They're going to have a right, or even on Google, right below the search bar, some crazy title that you know is bullshit about something that you've clicked on before, and they're going to try to get you to click it.
Yeah, everything's
so whack.
So everyone's just trying to keep your time on the phone
It's all fake.
all the time. And my concern is not just mental, but like I said, the physical, because as we adapt to these things and we're constantly looking at everybody else and what they're doing, and we're not looking around us, like, our spines are going to very much suffer in, like, evolutionary way.
Be conscious of your social media time. Be conscious of the way you look at your phone, idiots. All right?
Yeah,
That's
and
what I
like,
get from
just
it.
be creative in your own right. Like, don't.
You're not idiots.
No,
Some of you are.
I don't have a
You know
quick
who
way
you
to
are.
sum this up, and I'm going to think of a million things I didn't say. I'm just saying that you have to step back, not just for a day, and then okay. Oh, here's one thing I have to say. How about people that all of a sudden become experts in something they do for the first time? Like, we knew people. It's like,
I'm an expert.
no, but like, like pro tips on how to do this. It's like, oh, I know you, and you just started doing that. So
Yeah.
like, what? It's
So
like,
you're not a pro.
right. So like, it's funny because everyone's become an expert at pretty much anything these days.
Well, social
Of
media.
being able to, as long as you can talk and manipulate.
Unfortunately, it gives people a voice like me that shouldn't have a voice.
Stop.
That's what social media does.
Well, no, it deters people with good voices. I think it's hard to want to raise good girls, especially when they're constantly seeing nudity, makeup. Like
OnlyFans.
it's all about
OnlyFans, baby.
how you look. It's not normal.
You should start an OnlyFans.
Stop.
Okay.
It's not normal to constantly. They don't want to see freaking tits. All right. Maybe they do.
Maybe they do. But go ahead.
It's not normal to constantly look at yourself. You know, people like it's just look at what's around you. But now it's normal for everybody to selfie. I never got into the selfie things. And then if anybody hasn't feel like they're not good at them. It's like how long do people take to looking at themselves?
They do it a while.
And judging
sure.
themselves based on how other people are going to judge them.
It's a skill. Not a good skill to have.
And I'm saying, like,
but it's a skill.
We all do it. Where, like, I thought I needed eyebrows, but I did. I mean, that's a beauty. But okay, It probably doesn't look that great.
No, they got better.
Okay.
I when you first got them?
I don't have eye makeup on right now because I have probably parasites coming out of my eyes. But that's that next story we're talking about.
Yeah, we got a lot of. The next podcast will be Coach Casey's follow-up podcast.
My life.
Her disease podcast, because the last time we did it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, it was about her ankylosing spondylosis diagnosis.
Ankylosing spondylosis. No, there is a spondylosis. I had spondylitis.
Ankylosing spondylitis, but that's Lyme causes that. So
okay, hold on. Sorry, no, because I keep forgetting this. Listen, how normal is it for people to think, hey, imagine if you get a disease you never heard of, okay? So in my opinion, in my experience, ankylosing spondylitis, most people would think to look up a hashtag and find people who had it, and that's such a great resource.
That's a good resource.
However, I realized very quickly on, I was like, I'm not going to listen to this person who I don't know. They don't have my background. They don't know what I know. They're not me. They haven't been through what I've been through. And I'm not saying that as me better. I'm saying that as you. Everybody, we're all so different.
Snowflakes.
I'm not going to listen to someone.
Snowflakes.
Yeah, so you can't listen to someone's experience, especially ones that's because people will pander the pain and blah, 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 and that stuff
bad.
is real.
It is.
It is real, but, I choose to constantly look past that. I don't want to sit here in that and relish it for you, I can't put it into words in a box.
For who?
For social media.
Okay.
You can't possibly put it words in a box when you're going through this grief thing of losing your capabilities and your body and succumbing to a disease.
But you're saying it's not helping looking at someone going through the pain.
No, I'm just saying it's not healthy
if you're going through it.
If you have a disease and you start Googling hashtag that disease to learn about it.
Okay.
My big point is, remember we used to have to have certain ways to publish articles for college or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Now everyone's an expert, so you got your advice from any fucktard. I'm sorry, but they're not you. You don't know their background, and because it works for them, might not work for you. You can judge us however you want with what we're going to share, but the fact is, we were set up to share it. It's not just people that aren't trying, that don't even try, or just ankylosing spondylitis took my life. It's no, you need to fight harder. I wasn't going to succumb to these stories, these miserable stories that I was...
Well, because they said you were ultimately going to be in a wheelchair.
And so everybody... But that's what I'm saying. It's very easy to just,
For what?
To be influenced by other people's experiences.
Yeah, it is. So remember...
I did not have a hopeful view.
We're all different. And that's what she was saying. The her whole thing that she was saying, is I'll translate if you didn't catch it.
Thank you.
Is... Everybody's different. Your body's different. Your genetic makeup is different. You're going to recover different than someone else is going to recover. You may recover worse, or you may recover faster. So that's why, whatever she's going through, it's good to hear stories because it's good to hear the symptoms because it's such a wide array of symptoms. But people are going to react differently to each medication, to different. This is pertaining to Lyme disease or any disease for that matter.
Like you can't look at someone else's experience and then be like, I'm going to model after that.
Yeah.
Because
think your own thoughts.
Unless they have a health and fitness background and a husband who is my personal nurse.
Can you sit down?
No, my spine bothers me. I don't want to sit anymore. I'm kind of done with this.
You're done? All right. So you have now. I'm going to ask her questions. No. So since you're my guest, what kind of my guest?
Fire away.
Yeah. Okay. First question. You got to come closer so they can hear you. You can still here.
Sorry, I have an expiration.
So, what would you rather have, money or love? Love. Say it louder.
Love.
Okay. What's your favorite food?
Hawaiian bread. I don't know what is.
Hawaiian bread is your favorite food?
Possibly.
How is that your favorite food?
Because I just
okay. How about this? Okay,
it's like cotton candy to me.
So would you, if you had something to eat for the rest of your life, one thing it would be Hawaiian bread?
Yeah, because I thought about that. You asked me that last time, and I thought about it, and I'm like, I should have said Hawaiian bread.
But what did you say?
Smoothies, remember? Only because
This is possibly the worst answer of food ever.
I'm so bored with my food lately because I have to eat
But you love sandwiches. I mean,
I love sandwiches.
We're gonna do a video of me eating a sandwich, but not just any sandwich. She's gonna make it.
I make a good sandwich.
And it's going to be, 11 feet long? Yeah, I have to finish it.
In conclusion, though, because we are wrapping this up, like, I'm sure I hit, everyone's going to hit something that you don't like, don't agree with, and you, like, in terms of, like, what we're saying here, people will pick one part of that and leave a comment, and
I don't care.
Whatever. That's your legacy.
It's gonna bother you. It's not gonna bother me.
That's your legacy because I'm not gonna have. There's no comments.
Oh yeah, we're turning the comments
I don't care. Like I'm not one of these idiots.
Yes, you do.
Coming out here that's like I don't care, and then I really do care, and I look. It's like no, I don't even want to. We're not gonna allow.
You're gonna be tempted to look though.
No,
that's
because
why
you're not gonna allow comments on anything I do because I love you guys. If you want to read, if anybody who is a friend would like to reach out or who knew me because I trained probably thousands of you, there's ways to reach out, but the commenting thing, it allows too many adulterated minds, and that what that means adulterated is like other people's minds are poisoned. So if I'm unhealthy and I know that, I took my mind away from influencing other people that are sick in their mind aren't gonna think, hey, let me take my sickness to myself. They're leaving their poison all over the internet.
So you're saying you backed out because you were sick in the head?
Yeah, well, that's why I also didn't want to share anything because I was like, as a professional, I was like, I don't feel comfortable sharing because I couldn't form my words. I was
It doesn't get more honest than that. Someone who is a fitness professional that felt like they weren't healthy to influence people, she backed out.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what she did.
100%. So that's why I know I'm getting healthy and I'm ready to talk. And if I say anything that offends you, it's okay. I'm not perfect. We can disagree to disagree. But again, I'm far from perfect, girl.
Poor guy. All right, guys. Let's wrap it up. Rest of your perception. She's trying to take over my show.
It's for time together. But I'm so done now. Okay. It was a lot of talking.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care.